Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KWK family and my family to watch Church Without Walls, 11 o'clock on Mondays, for the greatest and latest show around. Thank you.
I'm Cynthia Lee Shang, and you're watching Church Without Walls on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You are watching, you are listening to Church Without Walls in the studio of the New Orleans Talk Network. We're here every Monday morning, 11 to 12. Your host is the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart. We're here to educate you and for the listener to educate us. We're here because we love our community, we love our parish, and we just love people. And we're here to have a educational point in what's going on in the world. The Church Without Walls, remember that you are the church. Where you go on Sunday, that's the church house. You go there to I guess you can say you go there for a tune-up once a week on Sunday for the pastor to give you a little bit more knowledge about the God that we serve. So we thank you for listening, and we thank you for watching. And if you like to get in on the show with us, you can download your app, www. New Orleans Talk Network. You can also get us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And we want to let our listening audience know that we love all of our people, and we want to do a special shout out to Pastor John, who yesterday celebrates 62 years, his birthday. I know you don't mind me telling his age. I didn't know he was that old, 62, so he had a wonderful breakfast at church. He had a breakfast for him yesterday morning. He was enjoying himself with the family of Bethesda, and also the loved one that stopped by the house at him. So we want to ask that God continue to bless him, keep him. And we always used to say when I was a little boy, they said, oh man, the preacher said, I want God to prop me up on everything inside. So we ask that God would put a buffer around Pastor John, that he continue the great work that he is doing. We also want to congratulate, Dr. William, St. Mary pastor, who you know very well. He's been a newly elected president of Westside. I know you know a lot about him, Dr. Williams.
Yeah, he's Pastor Wilbur Trout put him in charge of the congregation at his retirement, and he's been doing a pretty good job over there.
Okay.
We just wait to see how he does as president of the West Side.
Okay.
Everybody has room for growth
Right.
and development.
Right. Well, we're gonna be praying for him and with him as he lead West Side Minister Alliance. And also we want our viewing audience to know that Saturday coming is election day. Many people may not be aware, but y'all know that Troy Carter was the senator, and he won a special election to take Cedric Richardson place in Washington, D.C. So he's a congressman. He is Troy Carter left to be our new congressman, and also his seat is up for a special election, which gonna be this Saturday. So we just want to say to those that's not paying attention, please, ma'am, please go vote. Don't let nobody tell you that your vote do not count. So we ask that you go out and vote for the candidate of your choice. I think they got 4 or 5 candidates in the race, and we ask that you will go out and exercise your right to vote. And it's, you know, you got until Saturday to decide who you think could properly represent you in Baton Rouge. This seat is senator. This seat, I think, comes from Algiers all the way to Jefferson Parish, and some part of Plaquemine Parish, I think it covers. So we asking that you would go out and vote, and you got plenty of time. What you don't know, you can go on your phone and ask your phone to give you some information on those candidates that is running, that you should go out and vote Saturday. I know it's going to be a little voter turnout, but the people that do turn out, you be a part of it. And Dr. William, this morning we got open mic again, and we want to talk about what's going on in our country and how people say it's the Republican Party, but sometimes I think the Democrat some of them is with them, and they want to, you know, like they want to turn back the hand of time. I remember Dr. William when I first was started going out, hanging out, partying in the bar room. They had a song said, "If I can turn back the hand of time." I think, young man, I think it was Tyrone Davis said, "If I just can turn back the hand of time." And that's what's going on right now, brothers and sisters. As you go about your daily occupation every day, as you partying, whatever you may do, they got people day and night planning on how can they turn back their hands of time. They do not believe that an African American, Dr. Williams, they don't even believe that our vote even count anymore. You know, they said they believe it shouldn't count. And so we, Dr. William and I, we want to just, you know, have this conversation with our viewing and listening audience. And if you got comments on it, you're a caller. 1-563-999-1808, and download that app. Call your friend. Tell us to check us out. Download that app, www. New Orleans Talk Network. And get in on this conversation again. 1-563-999-1808. And Dr. Williams, you know, last week we were talking about, you know, how, you know, I'm not gonna label no party. I'm just gonna say how the power at be Cause a lot of this stuff we don't know who behind it, Dr. Williams, but the Power B, they got the power, and they want to keep the power, and that they want to keep the power, and they would do anything to keep the power. They would not stop at nothing. That's why I hope that the new elected president of West Side, I hope that he would talk to the other pastors, get them involved, educate his people on something, because if you don't, they're going to tell you what time, you can have church after a while.
Well, Dr. Stewart, if you actually stop and think about it, the pastoralship today has the ability to have a lot of power.
Right.
And that is, you can just take, for instance, I'll give you a fast example. Each congregation is composed of anywhere from 100 to 300 people. And a pastor, if 30 pastors get together, that's a lot of votes.
Yeah.
And those votes can get you some of the things that you want. We have to start learning how to organize ourselves and use what we have. That's what the Lord told Moses, use what you have in your hand.
Yeah.
Now, what they have in their hand right now is the ability to educate their people in congregation so they know how to go out and vote. And you need to start sending some people to some of these meetings. Somebody from your congregation, send them to those meetings that they're having, at the Yenny building and in Gretna. And go to some of those meetings and listen to some of the bills that they're trying to put on the floor and pass. And that way you have information that you can disseminate to your congregation. And because a lot of times we wait till they made a proposal, is passed, and then you start complaining about it.
Right.
Well, you take the time to find out what they're trying to pass, then you can eliminate it.
Right.
You have something that goes on in your community right now. Actually, they can come and pull your car out the driveway because they deemed it as being merchandise that's unfit. Now, I can understand if you got a car in the driveway that the glass is all broken and, the tires are flat and stuff like that, they can come and give you a warning, and if you don't up into that warning, then they'll come pull that property because it's bringing the property value down. But just to come pull your car to the driveway because somebody wanted it.
Doc, we're gonna have to take a break. We're gonna take a break, but if you like to get in with on this conversation, I invite you again, 1-563-999-1808. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart.
Yo, Mom, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. We just stand up and fight, walk into the light.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Yep.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone.
We are back. You are listening and watching Church Without Walls in the studio up in New Orleans Talk Network. Y'all know that we're here every Monday morning, and it's a beautiful day today. We in the month of June where all of our kids is out of school, and you know they're busy, so we ask, we tell our mother and father, keep eye on your kids, because you got a lot of kids out there. Just because you give your kid good training, but they got something out there that encourage them to do a little wrong. So watch who your kid play with, who they interfere with, because trouble is out there, So we ask the mother and father, be careful with your kids, who you let them hang with, who they be with, because they're out of school and they don't have a lot of things they doing right now. And many of y'all know they said Isle of Mind is the devil workshop, and that.
Isle of Mind is the devil workshop.
Yeah, so we have to be careful with our kids. But we are talking with the public today. We're talking with our viewing audience about the laws that they some of them, I think they passed one in Georgia, and take away your voting right. They don't want you to vote. I mean, for years, Dr. Williams, they didn't want us to vote, and we want people who may not know that years ago, African American couldn't vote, and well as a woman, a white woman, couldn't vote either. She was a minority the same way a black man was. Then if a black man wanted to vote, I think they was asking how many bubbles in a jar, how many jelly beans in a bar. I mean, you had to do certain thing. You had with the Constitution, they want you to speak that backwards. So they just ain't wanted you to vote. Right now, Dr. Williams, they done the same thing right now. Imagine Dr. Williams say you in a line, some now a senior citizen, said they ain't been in a line since somebody 80 years old, 60 or 70 years old. And you been in that line 4 or 5 hours waiting to vote. And if somebody come give you a bottle of water, something to refresh you, a sandwich or something, that's a violation. They say you can go to jail. Think about that. So they telling you, we don't want you to vote. We're going to make it every effort that we can. We're going to use everything at our disposal to encourage you not to vote.
But you look at smart lawyers who sit down and figure out how they can contest something. And what I would say to the people who are going to vote, bring a sandwich with you, bring a bottle of water with you, so that if you happen to get hungry or thirsty, you have something on your own that you can use. With all the stuff that's going on right now, you've got 361 bills that have been placed before the floor, and 47 states are trying to get those bills passed. So that's something for the pastors to study and look at, and have a meeting with their congregation to explain to them what's happening to try and prevent them from voting. It's a reversal of poll tax. That's something that they had. It's a reversal of poll tax. At one time, you couldn't vote unless you could pay that poll tax. And $1 was a lot of money at that time.
Yep.
During those years. And the way they had it was, if you was 21 and you hadn't paid your poll tax, and you say you was 50, you had to go back and pay for every year that you hadn't paid that poll tax, and if you couldn't pay that, then you couldn't vote. Then you had another law, which was called the Dred Scott law, Dred Scott 5 law. If you wasn't a naturalized citizen of the United States, then you couldn't vote. And many of our people who were brought over during that time in slavery, they say we want a citizen of the United States. So therefore, in slavery, we couldn't vote. So those, I mean, pastors, educate your congregation. Share that information with them. Look it up on Google or whatever you need to look it up on. And, you know, have when you're having your Bible study, take 10 or 15 minutes within that time and share that information with people so your congregation can be educated as to how they're trying to suppress the black vote today.
Yeah.
You know, our people need to know that. And if you have the authority now to share that with them. You're in control. You're the head. You're one of God's ambassadors. You want to make sure that your congregation is well acquainted with what's happening in the United States right now. So I'm requesting, and that's all I can do is request, that every pastor would take that opportunity to get that information out to your congregation. Like I said, there are 361 bills before the floor now, and 47 states are looking at passing those bills. And, you know, we've never considered Texas as being a southern state, but it's wrapped up in that southern state.
Right. They're out in the west, but they consider themselves southern.
They're considered as a southern state.
Right.
So that's some things that you need to look at. See, a lot of people may not even know that.
Yeah, you know, Dr. William, you know, it's, you know, like the Bible clearly tells us that, you know, the scripture reference said, brother, I would not have you ignorant. God do not want us. Everything that we see before us now is being here, you know, man just discovering what's going, what is here. But God have put all, you know, anything that come up, all your new technology, your cell phone, whatever, God have men provided that to be here, men discovering these things, and many people using it to against their brothers and sisters for their own benefit. You check like right now, Rev, like if the people in this United States come together and work together, it's so much that we can do. I mean, it don't take a lot. I mean, you know, like, hey, we were talking last week about minority African America, what we control. Do you know, Rev, that in New Orleans, I think you may have heard me say it before, in New Orleans, it was in 1990s, 1995, 94. They did a study in New Orleans along Canal Street and French Quarter in that area that African Americans was spending like $56 million a week. And we don't own not one store on Canal Street. We don't own nothing, but yet and still we spend all the money. So if we could learn, why do you know, like last week we were talking about Black Wall Street. Why you think they burn it down? Taking money from them.
Exactly.
Caucasians have a tendency, like they spend a lot of their money going on vacation, you know, retreat, going hunting and fishing on fishing trip. African America, we spend a lot of money on material. Many of us like to dress. I mean, we know we like to dress up. We spend a lot of money on clothing. We like pretty cars. We buy rims. Most of the white, they don't do that.
We fail to invest.
Right.
We fail
in
to
ourselves.
invest. We fail to invest in ourselves. We fail to invest in others. But we will, you know, we will take the money and buy what other has invested in.
Right.
You know, Dr. Stewart, a pair of tennis costs you maybe $10 to make it in China.
Probably about $250.
Then they send that same shoe over here and get I'm gonna say a
$200.
dignitary or somebody to put their name on it,
Yeah.
and they advertise it, and they pay that person to advertise it, so that we can buy it for $179 or what have you.
Right.
There's one particular person that's selling a briefcase with his name on it. It's $175.
Yeah.
But it don't cost no more than about maybe $2 to make the briefcase.
Pay for a name.
See? So, you know, as black, we don't invest in things or try to invent something. Now, when you look in the United States now, most of the things that have been invented in the United States have been invented by blacks.
Yeah. But that's the history that they don't want, that we don't talk about. We don't promote that.
Well, that's one of the bills that they have on the floor right now. They're talking about taking everything that blacks have done and not allowing it to be placed in our history books. That they want to discontinue that. They don't want you to know that you are a people that God called.
Right.
You know, I mean, look at us. When we decide to do something, we become the best at it.
Right.
You know, I mean, you can look at, they wouldn't let us in tennis, right?
Right.
Arthur Ashe wound up taking over tennis. Nobody could, he was the best in there.
Yeah.
Now you got Serena and her sister in there. Muhammad Ali said he was the greatest. Nobody was going to be better than him.
Right.
Nobody could beat him.
Right.
You know, I mean, in baseball, they wouldn't let us in baseball till we became the best.
And Jackie Robinson got in there. That was the show.
So the only thing that you can come up with is the fact that we are a chosen people that God has had his hand on. I'm trying to remember this little man, this little preacher right out in Harahan.
Let's take a break, Ray. We're going to get right back with that. We got to take another break, but anyway, you are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. And we having, to me, I think we having a great conversation. This good stuff that we're talking about today, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
So call that neighbor and call your friend. Tell them to check this out. It's something they need to know. You are listening. You are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
Hi, I'm Christine Penn, and Nola, I want you to get ready for an all-new talk experience, Women of Significance, on the New Orleans Talk Network. Each week, we're covering new topics, new guests, new trends, and message of the day with me, your host, Christine Penn. So Nola, tune in each week on the New Orleans Talk Network, where we use our voice with power, with purpose.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Bethesda House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for non-traditional worshipers, a church designed for those who love God's Word. Would you like to attend a church where believers and non-believers can choose to worship together? A church where cultural differences does not get in the way of God's message. We invite you to be our special guest. Our services begin 9 a.m. on Sunday, located at 7601 West Bank Expressway, Suite B, Marrero, Louisiana. For more information, contact us at 504-348-0132.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are listening and watching Church Without Walls in the studio of the New Orleans Talk Network. Reverend Dr. Anthony William and Charles Stewart, we are your hosts. We talking today a variety of subject that we're dealing with today, and we kind of like all over the board, kind of make it fit. So we got a gumbo conversation going on today, and mainly the conversation is about making people be aware of what's going on in this country. We sleeping, my brothers and sisters. We sleeping. We not understand. We're not paying attention. You hear Dr. Williams say a few minutes ago that they got over 300 and something bills that they kind of get passed, and they got 47 states that kind of adopt the program.
361.
361.
In 47 states.
Right. And we sleeping, and Dr. Williams and the thing of it is, like you said, they want to take the history of African American black people out of the history book.
Indians too.
And Doc, you know, one thing that I promote is that black men ought to be proud of themselves, Doc. I mean, God bless us to do some amazing things. I mean,
Well, now, why this? They don't want things that the black person have done to be written in history books, but they haven't told us that a whole lot of people that they claim as being a white person was actually a black person.
Right.
They just changed their name.
Right.
And the rights of what they did. Some of them were Cherokee Indian when they came out here and messed, and blacks mixed
Right.
with those Cherokee Indians. Some of them were there. They took the Indians were the only naturalized, if you want to put it, naturalized people in this in Louisiana.
Yeah.
But they wind up taking all of their land and stuff from them. You know. I mean, when are we gonna wake up? I'm not a racist, and I don't feel that. I feel like a person have a right to prosper in whatever way they can. But don't deny me my rights, or take the things that I have invented from me and you use it. The cotton gin was not invented by a white man. It was invented by a black man who was watching a cat reach at something through a fence, and that's how it was invented. You know, there are things that we don't know nothing about, because we've never. They always say, if you want to hide something from a black person,
Put it in a book.
put it in a book.
Yeah. Put it in a book. I hear it all my life.
So that's why I'm requesting that we got a new president of West Side. We got a new president of the Freeman. I hope that these presidents would get some kind of educational program together for our people, so that we can be aware of a lot of the things that are going on in the United States. As black pastors, I mean, you command a lot of people. If you're the president of that West Side, you've got a lot of votes that's in your hand. You got to use it to your advantage. Yeah. Other races are coming over here, and they're prospering better than we are.
Come on, you done said a handful of that around.
And we've been here better than 500 and some years.
Hey, Rev, you know in your sermon you said yesterday about you agree to something, you say amen.
Yeah.
That mean you agree with it. I'm saying amen to you on what you just said about how, you know, and Rev, you know, what gets me is that right now, our African American opened up a store, and this would amaze me. And a black person can go in there and say, well, he a little high, I'm gonna go in there. But he goes in the store, and he buys something, and he said, this don't look right. I'm gonna take it back. That's why I don't want to do business with him. But the same person, I'll go to what it is, Walmart or Sam. Go in that same store, Ragusa, name all of them. They'll go in there and buy something out that don't look right. They go take it back. And they go right back in the shop. They ain't gonna say I ain't going back to Walmart no more. But you go to Walmart right now, they got a line. I don't know how long people bring the stuff back they don't like. But for whatever reason, you know, there's some people say that's a curse on us. I don't go along with it. I think that comes from a lack of knowledge and a lack of understanding.
Moreover, a lack of understanding.
Yeah.
You know,
and what that Bible said, we go in the Bible, they said people perish by the lack of knowledge.
But see, you said something, Stuart. You said that a lot of people, a lot of things have been here. You know, God had placed it here long ago. You said about the telephone and all that
right.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
The poll tax was actually taken from the 13th chapter of Exodus. The 30th chapter of the book of Exodus, the 11th through the 16th verse.
Okay.
And basically what it said there is that it caused a shackle when a person had to go to the city to the individuals, when they became 20 years old, they were considered a man. And each individual had to go back to Jerusalem in order to pay their taxes. So that same tax was taken and used as a poll tax. Now remember, it was only $1 or maybe the most $3, but even in that time, that was a lot of money for an individual to have. See, so we're looking at some things that have happened that have been, some stuff were taken out of the Bible and used. Some stuff people created myth and books or practice and carried it down through the years. So what I'm saying to most of the people who might be listening to us right now is that there are some things that you need to study.
Yeah.
And make sure that your people are acquainted with that. So that when somebody asks them about it, they'll be able to explain it.
Right.
You know, because it's something that they've read, it's something that they've studied, and they're not throwing out some bad information.
Right. And no, Doc, I tell people all the time, man, I witness here by working in different communities. And I notice, you take like people from India, wherever foreign countries they may be from. On Saturday, they have like a seminar with all the young kids. They teach them their heritage. They teach them about the country that they came from. They teach them all they fundamental rights. And they take advantage. You take like the problem with that you know, and I'm a black man. Anybody's a black man, I am. You know, the problem that we have is, number one, we don't respect each other. We don't trust each other. I don't care how you look at it, Real, we don't. Because if we did, we'll be further advanced than what we are now. You take like them foreigners come here. You can get 10 or 15 of them. All them will stay in one house. All them will go work a job, and they get one person the money invested. But you get them a year or two, all of them got their own house. Now, take like right down there on in front of Bistro, what is it, Discount, what that is? Brothers. Prime example, Brothers come to his country. They had about 7, 8 guys, but them guys go to work every week. They gave one man the money and he invested. And the unique thing about that is, just say, Reb, say like if Terry, Mike, myself, Lois, Chanel, all of us gave you our paycheck on Friday, and we take just enough out of it to feed ourselves. What we'll do, we give you the rest of it. You putting all that money in one account. After 1 year, Reb, you go to the bank and say, I want to borrow $1 million. They say, $1 million, you one man, how you going to pay for it? Well, look at what I deposit in the bank every Friday.
Well, I'll give you a good example.
They can't turn you down.
There was one guy, and he got, I'm not going to call a name, but he got on the banking board, and he had an idea. And his idea was, he was a pastor.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and he said,
Bishop.
Yeah, he said, what I'm going to do is, he said, I'm going to I'm gonna buy some buses. And everybody told him, said, that's gonna cost too much. He said, no, it's not gonna cost the church anything. But it was hard for him to get people to see that. So I think he got about three or five buses. And those buses were designed to work on Sunday and Bible study night. And it would go and pick up the people that didn't have a ride, preferably senior citizens, to bring them to church on Sunday, and they would have a designated stop that they would be for them to pick up people at that stop, and a designated, they would pick them up at that stop and bring them back to their house. So he had 3 to 5 buses doing that. Now, those buses can hold as much as anywhere from 30 to 40 people.
Like 48, I think, the higher they go up.
Okay, so now you've got people who come to church, senior citizens know that they got a ride coming to church and getting back home, that they ain't got to be out there standing on the streets or nothing like that. Those senior citizens will pay their tithes. If they're getting $500 a month, they'll put that $50 in there because that's taking them to where they need to go. Okay, and bringing them back home. So that's a comfort. They have a guarantee. Those buses were paid for within 2 to 3 years. And it still brought money into the church after that. He had an idea. He made the idea work. You see? We have the ability to have ideas, but we let those ideas lie dormant on the inside of us. We have the ability to do certain things.
Take a break, Doc.
Okay. And it's time for us to take a break right now got to pay some bills. So we'll be back in a minute or two.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are watching and listening to Church Without Walls, Reverend Dr. Anthony William and Charles Stewart. We've been talking today about different bills that those senators and congressmen is proposing all over the country, and what I see happening, Dr. William, is that take it like in the South where most of the Republican dominate the Senate and those local senators and congressmen. So what they doing is why they got power. They gonna use their power to put every law in place that they can to stop people to have the ability to vote. And what I don't understand about what's going on in Washington, D.C., President Biden, he have a lot of power. And right now, they in control of the House. The Senate, I don't think, like it's about 50-50, but two of the Democrats seem to vote most with Republican. But one thing, you got that mile about Donald Trump, you can say what you want about him. He had that bullet pulpit, Dr. Williams, he used it. Bills that he wanted to go through, he muscled them through. He found a way, like if they didn't want to vote with him, he found a way that the president had power, to do certain things without they vote. You want to do it with the Congress and the Senate, you want to do it with them, but when you can't do it, you can't do it.
Well, I think one of the things that we fail to realize as individuals is that one senator can't do it by itself. One
Right.
congressman can't do it by himself. One president can't do it by himself. It's a situation, it's political rhetoric, whereas you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That's what you're dealing with when you're in the political arena.
Right.
You got to get other people to work along with you to get some things you want done. In other words, I'm saying to you, I say, Dr. Stood, I tell you what, I'm trying to get this bill passed in my community, in my district. I need you to help me. Then this person said, well, okay, I'm trying to get this bill passed in my district, and I need you to stand with me when I
Right.
put that before the floor. So that's how you get things passed in the political arena. But we said just because a person is in there, and that person can be doing the best that they can to try and get things to the forefront. But the fact that they need other people to agree with
Right.
them to get something that they want done, and if they can't get people to agree with them to do that, then that falls.
That's true.
But we blame that person because they're not able. It's a situation where you've got to get other people to work along with you to get some things that you want done.
Right. And Dr. Williams, as you said, that to get things done, like they said, the two parties, the Democrat and Republican, always felt that they need a third party because the more competition you have, the more cooperation you get. And I don't see. To me, the Democrat and the Republican, to me, they play games. When wanting power, they manipulate the other one for what they want. Now, they do have some younger people that done came to the Senate and Congress that it ain't like it used to be. It used to be in the old days, those guys would fight, but they always come together for the better good of the country. Now, that don't exist no more, Dr. William. What's best for the country, they do what's best for them.
Well,
And the people that who give them money to, the people, now you take like the big corporations and the billionaires, they pretty much control everything because if they got a candidate that don't like what they do, they make them afraid by, well, I'm going to spend a couple $1 million against you if you don't vote for this bill. So they manipulate them guys. That's just like Donald Trump got them guys scared, if they don't do what he said do. And they don't realize, to me, Donald Trump, the last two elections, the people that he win, he lost them. He ain't win none of them.
Well,
he
you got-
lost the two in Georgia, and he lost himself.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Donald Trump was a businessman, and he used closure on people to get them to do what he wanted them to do.
Right.
Couldn't get you to do it the first time, I got another close. Couldn't get you to do it the second time, I got another close. Couldn't get you to do it the third time, I'm going to close again. I'm going to close at least about 3 to 6 times to get you to do what I need to do. And each time I come at you, I'm coming at you with a different scenario.
Right.
And the scenario work.
Right.
You know.
And like the people that you know, like the big Republican had a retreat there over the weekend. He was the keynote speaker, and he's still telling the people. What amazed me though, Dr. Williams, most of the people that attend those events is not no ignorant people. Most of them well-educated people. Some of them doctors, lawyers. And how he can stand before them and tell them, I'm still president. He got them believing October he going to take the president back, that he didn't lose.
Well, that he's committed to that. He said Trump told y'all and told us that he was going to make America great again, but we didn't perceive what he was saying. A lot of people didn't perceive what he was saying.
Make it white
he
again.
said he's going to make it white rule again. That's what he was saying.
Right.
He said, you got too many situations now where blacks are coming up and they're becoming powerful, and we've got to find some way to put that down.
Right.
So, I mean, he kept his agenda.
Yep.
He stuck with his agenda.
And he did everything in his power to make them people happy. And then they got a lot of wackos out there. They don't understand. But now you got, I think it happened like 64 times, like, he asked the government, different judges. He got turned down on every angle. Dr. Williams, that's our time today, man. This hour went along pretty good, but we hope something been said. Always go back to what I learned as a young kid. You know, those songs they sing in the church. If I can help just one somebody, you know, my living wouldn't be in vain. So Dr. Williams and I, we hoping that we said something or something happened today that to change your mind and make you go talk to somebody, to tell them and let them understand that they vote do count. If your vote didn't count, they wouldn't be spending many hours, Dr. Williams, all kind of money to make sure you can't vote. So
Dr. Stewart,
that tell you that it counts.
The only vote that don't count is the vote that's
vote.
not cast.
Yeah, right. And that's something that you please listen when Dr. Williams tell you that the only vote that don't count is the one that you don't count. If you vote, your vote count. Please remember that. And I believe, don't care what obstacles they putting in the way, they gonna say that you ain't lying, you can't accept it. We're gonna find a way. We might invent some food, invent some water that would kill us off. We're gonna find. God always have prepared us to make a way. We made a way when it seemed like it wasn't no way.
Well, just remember, there's no such thing as being half dead.
If you're dead, you're dead. So we're going to see y'all guys next week. We thank you for listening and watching. God bless you and God keep you. Have a great week, and don't forget to go vote. Saturday.
Seems like